Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite warlock practicing necromancer. And tonight I want to bring to you religion and battle of the sexes. Now, personally, I don't see this as an issue, but people tend to want to make it an issue. And no matter where we look, if it's politics, military, socialism, temples, you know, religious practice, in Wiccan and pagan, it's always the priestess outdoing the priest. There's no equality there, especially if you're going by the witch's Bible. And even if you get into, say, Satanism, let's go with Anton LaVey's Satanism, LaVeyanism. Depending on who's running the ritual, the other opposite sex is the altar. But a lot of people forget that even in the old world, you have the Oracle of Delphi. You have the priesthood of Anubis, the cult of Anubis, the cult of Artemis, and so forth. There are priesthoods, both priests and priestesses, going back hundreds of thousands of years. So why is it that all of a sudden you have the battle of the sexes? I don't get this. Why do people think that this is a fucking issue? They're trying to incorporate it into politics. They're trying to put it into socialism, capitalism, corporations, religions. And I think the only one that really discriminates against women and suppresses them would be the JCI. That's the Judeo-Christian institutions, such as Islam, Hebrewism, Judaism, and Orthodox Christianity. It's not just the Catholics either, or the Roman Catholics. They look at women as being the church and the husband being that of the God, aspect. So, I mean, outside of that, I don't understand why people think that this is an issue and has to be a war waged over it. It's unnatural distractions, if you will. It's things that you don't need to worry about because it's a distraction towards seeking out your apotheosis. If you even take the time to go into history, like world mythology, go region to region throughout the world, you're going to see this very aspect. So, the question that you need to ask yourself is, what level of drama is acceptable in your life? For me, it's my son, it's the dogs, it's the cats, it's my ex, it's my immediate family, like my mother, But outside of that, I focus solely on what matters, which is apotheosis and seeking out that apotheosis through practice, study, dedication. The question should be, what are you willing to do to grow and get beyond this world, this mundane world? Stupidity. But like I said, even if you go into politics, why is it that a man will send a woman to do the press conferences? Think about that. That's like a man sitting, abusive man sitting there going, hey, she brought it on herself. Or she chose to be a wife. If you go into mythology, if you go into folklore, if you go into history, what is a woman's role in society outside of being a warrior? Outside of being a helper, an equal? She is a nurturer. She is an equal. Okay? She's not just a warrior, a cook, a nurturer, somebody who can bear children. She is the progenitor. Okay? Now, what is a man's role? Okay? What is a man's role here? You know, a man's role is a counselor, a guide, a protector, a provider. That's it. You know, together, you bring something to the table. Separate, you got chaos and drama. This is shit that shouldn't be in religion. It's stuff that shouldn't be in anywhere, really. Shouldn't even be a freaking problem. But yet, people want to make it an issue. So, I'm actually at the dog park with my dogs right now. So, let me switch this around so you can see them. They're having fun. They haven't been here in a couple of days, so I wanted to get them out and let them blow off some steam. In this big, so like you got the training kennel way over there. Medium dogs and small dogs are over there, and then this is the large dog kennel. And then you got the interstate way the hell over there. But anyways, this is a place where they can run and be safe and all that stuff, so... But yeah. So when you look at religion and suppression of gender, if you will, you're only hurting yourself. You're suppressing growth, maturity, because you both bring something to the table. If you look at people in religion, let's say you're a married couple. I want you to think about this for just a minute. If you're a married couple, what is your duty religious-wise? You both go to the altar. You both pray to your deity. You both perform your rituals, either together or independent. You both have the things that you want to pray for and to try to achieve. There's nothing wrong with this. But it's when you go beyond that and you try to deviate and incorporate shit that don't need to be there, that's when the issues start. So, I hope this has been intellectual. I hope it's been enlightening. I just wanted to come under here and drop some gnosis on you, some apotheosis. Look and just do what you got to do to eliminate as much distractions as possible so you can achieve your apotheosis. Okay? Never stop growing. All right? Have a good one.